Welcome, Jan here today. We're going to do a working session here on how to get more productive with and Claude. So we're going to use Claude AI and Canva to create digital assets for your Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, for organic posts, anything where you need to represent your brand for your company, for your business, whether you're a large business, smaller business, or solopreneur. So let's dig in. One of the first things we have to do here is we have to head on over to customize here on the left-hand side, and we're going to go ahead and click connectors. Connectors is simply a way to plug in particular assets that are software tools and mini platforms, if you will, to help you get more productive. These tools are available in the marketplace at large, and you can connect to them directly from Claude. This is a fantastic way to extend the power of Claude and AI to your ecosystem in your digital universe. So here on the left-hand side, you can see that we have Canva already connected. We have Gmail already connected. We have Google Calendar, and we use VidIQ also for videos and connecting to all the things that vidIQ exposes, which you can see here from your channel analytics, performance trends, search stats, videos, etc. I'm not going to share this with you today. If you have any questions about it, I can show you in another video how you can leverage this. But today, I'm going to show you how you get productive with so that you can create basically assets for your own use, for your business use. And if you're an agency or a consultant, you can use Claude and Canva to get vastly more productive and creative with this particular extension. So again, head on over to the Customize section here on Claude and go ahead and connect into your tool. You're going to be asked to authenticate, which is normal, and you need to have a paid subscription for this. So once you have this connected, literally, now you can go into your chat area, this prompt area that you see right here, and ask it questions. Now, I have put in a sample here for you that we can use as a baseline for creating new ads inside Claude. All right, so here I'm telling it, use Canva, act as the 1% of the top Facebook ad creative experts in the HVAC industry. So that's basically a local type of business. Create an ad that showcases an irresistible offer, time-bound, and with testimonials of happy clients recommending the company. And create a strong CTA button and high engagement potential for the Facebook feed. Now, this is one of the prompts that gets things started. This is an iterative process. Sometimes adding more will give you more details to help you. Other times, adding too much doesn't let the creative engine expand itself. So I often will play with this. For now, we're going to use this. Use Canva and then act as 1%. And let's see what it actually does here. So we're going to click the button to engage, and it's thinking. And it knows that I have connected Canva. It knows that I'm asking to use Canva. So it's going to basically do exactly that. Let's see what it does here. One of the cool things that I like with Claude is that it is very extensible, as I mentioned, but it also has a nice, friendly, more personalized interface. ChatGPT has abilities to do these things. Gemini, most of them do. But right now, Canva is the leader in the space, I want to say. I'm generalizing, but Claude rather is the go-to. Now we can see here what it's doing. I'll build this as a Facebook feed, add creative in Canva. One assumption up front, since no company was named, using Summit Comfort HVAC as a placeholder with a Torrance area angle, your local and June heat, peak AC intent, swap the name, logo, and phone before you run it. Let me generate the creative. So it's already making assumptions here, which is great assumptions, I want to say. This is June right now, and it's coming back with some examples for you right here. So let's take a look. We don't really like the first one here. Too much text. This one here is too generic. We've seen it a million times. Okay, we didn't really like any of these. So what we can do now is we can say, let's go out to One Way Air, which is an example company, and say, didn't like any of these. Use this company as a baseline and reference. Let's just do this right now. Let's put this in right here and let's see what it does. It's recommending some pretty okay strategies here in terms of thinking about a special offer. So let's see here. We have a couple of options. It came back with option A, urgency lead. It's only June and your ASC is working overtime. So this is the ad creative it's trying to suggest for the Facebook ads copy. We're holding 12 install slots this month and they go fast, blah, blah, blah. Lock yours in before June 30th. Tap claim my 59 tune-up below. Okay, that's fine. Primary text option B, social proof lead. They had my AC running in 1 hour, absolute lifesavers. That's the kind of summer we want for every homeowner. Okay. Headline, under image, summer AC tune-up, 59. Description field ends June 30th, 12 slots left, book now. That's getting better. That's getting better. So let's see now if we have some better creatives than the first one. So if you noticed, I asked fairly generically from the top what I was looking for. None of that really worked for me in terms of the creative. So I asked to use a reference company to see what it actually does. Now here, this is looking better already. Stay cool all summer, complete AC tune-up, have a testimonial on here, and a strong CTA. This is very generic. It looks like the guy is not working that hard. Stay cool all summer, complete AC, 59. That's okay. We like this better. This is heading in the right direction. Now, what I can do here is I can head on over to Canva and I can edit this in Canva. You click this button up here, open in Canva, and it's going to give us a link. So let's take a look. All right, this has some elements of exactly what we want. The reference of family owned, stay cool all summer. I would change this probably. Again, I would play with this, but anyway, you get the drift here. It's starting to look a little better. We need to clean this up and fix it up, but that's all doable because now you're inside Canva. Anything you do here is actually referencing right back to Claude itself. So this is a very powerful way to not only get ideas, but to interact with the system. Here it came up with option A, honesty, heat, urgency. So this is now getting into some detail again of what the ad could look like in terms of option A for the text for Facebook ads. Here, option B, 40-year trust lead. Okay, this is another little slightly different angle, but this is using essentially the urgency and the low ticket way to get somebody in to take action. So I can do this again. I can say, I like the direction here, but I need more engaging, urgent ads that I can review. Let's just see, that is a basic, somewhat generic sentence, but let's see now. The cool thing with AI and these LLMs is that it builds history. Basically, this is memory. So as you're building and as you're engaging, it knows what you're looking for and it tunes itself based on your responses to try and get you more and more help on this to make it more and more specific. So let's see what it does here. This breakdown fear angle, this is interesting. Plays on the universal HVAC truth. It always dies on the hottest day. Now we're starting to get into some level of urgency, which this would be exactly about. You don't call an HVAC guy to just come and check it out. Normally, you can call an HVAC guy to come and check out your systems, but typically this is more of an urgent scenario, just like a plumber would be. So let's see what it does here. All right, here we go. Now it's getting a little more personalized here to talk about the heat wave incoming. Beat the heat this summer. Didn't like that at all. Beat the heat today. Now this thing here we could do something with because we like the headlines. Heat wave incoming. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to simply not get into the creatives as much. We're going to ask it now, what is the top or what is the best headlines that a homeowner that has a large family living in Los Angeles Valley where it gets very hot in the summer. I need 6, let's do 7 headlines that really draw the person in emotionally. Let's just do that for right now. What is the best headlines? Again, somewhat generic. I could ask it more specific, but I'm letting it basically do its own thing. So here are 7, each built to hit a different emotional nerve for a parent running a full house through a brutal valley summer. When the valley hits 105, your family shouldn't feel it. I like it. 6 people, 1 house, don't let the AC be there. That's fine. Like this, nobody sleeps when the house won't cool down. This one is good. Yeah, this one is okay. It's already 98 degrees outside. Is your family safe inside? Kind of like that. The summer your AC died is the one your family never forgets. That's drawing on the emotional strings. A house full of hot, cranky kids or 1 quick call. I like this as well. So now, just based on these headlines, I can pick one of them. And here's another thing to keep in mind. When Claude recommends things, you shouldn't just go after it and say that this must be true or this is the answer that you should go with. You need to vet that yourself. So you can ask it, why do you recommend that? I want you to push back and ask me more questions about that. So basically, you're engaging it as a sparring partner. So here it's saying a couple of notes for picking. 3 and 7 are your highest engagement plays because they're scenes a valley parent instantly recognizes. So 3 and 7. Nobody sleeps when the house won't cool down. Remember, I talked about this one being cool. No pun intended. I think we'll use that. 7, a house full of hot, cranky kids. 1 quick call. I like that too. So now I can say, why do you like 3 and 7 so much? And since you do, is there another 2 or 3 headlines that you think would beat those, and making the headlines short and sweet? Let's see what it comes back with here. So this is interesting. This is a working session video. I normally don't do these as often. This is something we do on the live sessions. And here it comes back. Why those 2? They're not claims, they're scenes. Exactly. Remember I talked about the emotional triggers? Very essential when it comes to advertising in general, because you act on emotion, not logic, ultimately, even though you might challenge me on that. This is how it works. The scenes, nobody sleeps when the house won't cool down. And a house full of hot, cranky kids make a valley parent picture their own living room, not read an ad. Exactly. This is what we want here. So that recognition, that's literally my house, is what drives comments, tags, and shares. So here we go. Now let's drill down a little further. Too hot to sleep again? Yeah, short and sweet. The kids are melting. That's interesting. I like that one. 105 outside, 89 inside. Help. That is good. These are all these 3 are good, but I would go for 2 and 3. Oh, let me see here. Number 2 is best for shares because funny gets tagged. Number 3 is the strongest for paid cold traffic because the urgency. Yes, exactly. So it knows, it's smart. Want me to pair the top 2 with a 59 one-way offer and subhead, then drop them onto the breakdown? Yes, let's go ahead and do that. I'll just go with those recommendations right now. Let's do. So now it's going through again, and this is what? Is this the 3rd time now we've gone through to ask it to develop these ads? What we could have done to shorten this down, again, this is a working session. I had planned to show this to you, how we work and how I work this thing. We could have simply said from the top, local company, HVAC, Los Angeles Valley, summertime, June, July. Give me 10 headlines with an offer that you simply can't resist for a family of 5. So I could have already defined the scenario, the audience targeting, and the outcome. So here we go. These ads, they're using now better titles and better headlines. They are a little bit bland because they're using generic. I kind of like this more personalized here, but essentially this is the direction you want to go with your ad creative. But notice I have not been inside Canva right now to do this. I'm basically using Claude and prompting and reprompting to get better and better results. And I like this. The kids are melting. It's asking me which one I prefer. I do like this because it's a little different than what you normally would see. The kids are melting. This is a fun thing. This graphic is not great. I don't like the headlines here. That's not going to work. The kids are melting. This has an angle that would definitely be a standout. Keep your family cool. All right. This is better in terms of the size of the headlines that I would use in an ad. A little too much text right here. This needs to be spaced out. The valley reference here, we can definitely use that. There's starting to be some angles we can get to here. Ad 1, too hot to sleep again, is your urgency play. Ad 2, the kids are melting, is your engagement play. So it's starting to share some level of detail that I'm enjoying right here. One of the things you want to consider when you're doing this is to, again, I'm repeating myself here, but don't accept this as gospel. The LLMs can come back and be very authoritative and seem trusted in their responses because they have so much information in their data stores to share with you. You are the director. You are the orchestrator, essentially, here. They are not. You want to make sure that they are not telling you what to do. You need to challenge them and continuously have them be sparring back and forth with you to get your best results. So now I can say, if I wanted to trust the LLM fully, I can say, so based on the interaction right now, pick the number one headline and number one graphic / creative that you would use for a $1,000 ad campaign. I'll just call it that. Let's see what it does here. Now, as it's doing this, I want to tell you this final step here, I'm doing it because of the presentation that we're going through right now. I don't ask it to tell me what the final one should be. I use all of this input and all of this back and forth to decide for myself based on experience and what competitors are using to blend into the actual campaign. So let's see what it came back with. Yeah, too hot to sleep again is what it recommends. That is definitely a good one. The humor, kids are melting, wins shares, but shares don't reliably convert strangers to book tune-ups. Yes, true. Creative 1, the breakdown fear. So too hot to sleep again on the ad 1, breakdown fear creative is the one I'd put a full $1,000 behind. That was essentially this one here, too hot to sleep again. This is something we can work with for sure. But I do like this graphic, so too hot to sleep again. Take this out, put that as a headline, get some better buttons on here, some urgency, phone number, testimonial. The ability to test ads is obvious. You can do A and B tests. $1,000 budget is a small budget. It's a brand new campaign. We don't want to spend too much money making it too bland for testing. We want to make sure that we're using very specific money for very specific ads, for a very specific audience, for a very specific landing page, because we haven't talked about landing pages. The whole formula, the framework that we use is to make sure that we have from the message, the targeting, and the landing pages. So literally you are answering this question. What's going on in the human's mind at that time? So that would be the parent in this case. You are entering a conversation right at that moment. Too hot to sleep again is a fantastic way to enter into the psyche of the receiving party at that point with a strong offer and an engagement and a simple click path where they can enter their information or call and or message directly is going to be your best bet. So I wanted to close this out by sharing this. We are not going to be testing this inside the Facebook ad right now. The main point of this video was to show you the power of customizing here on the left-hand side and using connectors to use tools and places in the marketplace for anything that you may need to extend. Inside Claude, you have a marketplace, as I said, and Canva is obviously very popular. So is Figma, Notion, Gmail, Slack, Google Calendar, HubSpot. And if you're thinking about privacy, I would not be concerned. You have the ability to tell the system to prompt you to approve or not approve. So approve or deny or reject, all of it is built in. So this is not going to take over your system and send out emails willy-nilly, for instance. For Gmail, you can tell the system, look for a certain pattern in emails, look for certain clients or certain responses, and have it build those responses back. And it's going to put in the draft folder for you so that you can review it before you hit send. You might tweak it a little bit and add some things and then send. It's going to save you a lot of time here using the marketplace and the connectors in Claude. I hope this was helpful. This is Jan with another video here. It's Happy Sunday, Father's Day to you all. And I'll talk to you in the next video. And as always, thank you for watching. I'll talk to you soon.